if you are a good student of your own destiny, if you're a good student of the progression of your life, you would notice that there are cycles in your experience, like the 1,000 cubits of Ezekiel's vision, okay? So it's like you're operating at an ankle level, and then you need to go for 1,000 cubits. And after 1,000 cubits, boom, you are now at the knee level. And then it's now like again, it will almost look like stagnation, because it's like you are still at the knee level, even though you are making progress, even though you are moving forward, even though you are praying, even though you are fasting, even though you are observing your spiritual disciplines. It's as if your experience in authorization has stayed at the same level. That is simply because you are making horizontal gains, okay? Not yet vertical gain. The vertical gains come at a cycle. And for us, mostly that cycle is in years. In that vision, it was in length. But you cover distance over time, isn't it? Yes. If it's 1,000 cubits, you don't just go from 1 cubit to 1,000. In order to get to 1,000 cubits, there is a time sequence, there's a passage of time. And if you are walking steadily, you can say that we do 60 kilometers per hour, right? 80 kilometers per hour. Everybody that is a good student of their own progression in the spirit should be able to tell where you are currently in this matter of authority with the Lord. Because the command of Jesus to us when he was going to heaven was, authority is given to me, therefore. Your mandate is predicated on the authority of Jesus Christ. If you are not seeing it, if you are not wielding it, if you are not experiencing it, and sometimes if you don't even know what it is that you have, you'll be shortchanging yourself, and you might be posting losses to heaven. And you don't want to arrive heaven a debtor. I want to ask you this morning, are you a good student of your transition in authority? Many of us are just very loose. God will do what God will do. God will do what God will do. No, God will not do what God will do just like that. You need to take responsibility. You need to take responsibility for your progression. There are things of God that are stored up for you in the Christ, and it's not all going to be given to you in one encounter. You may need to cover your 1,000 cubits in order to dip into the next depth. And when you get to the next depth, you realize that there are new possibilities. And there might be another 1,000 cubits that you may need to cover in order to step again into a deeper depth. And there might be another 1,000 cubits. And a point is supposed to come where the thing you are walking through now will become a bearer. It will carry you, because at a point, it became a river that nobody could now walk through it. Now you are being born, you are being carried. You are now going to be exerting less effort, less energy in order to be able to gain ground. I mean, it's like the difference between a well and a river. They both contain water. There's a well in John chapter 4, but there are rivers in John chapter 7. And even though the content is the same, volume, not the same. And that difference makes a lot of difference. There are things you can do in a river that you cannot do in a well. You can literally do everything you can do with a well, you can do with a river. But many things you can do with a river, you cannot do in a well. I've never seen anybody take their boat and they say they are going boating and then they approach a well. I've never seen anybody take a net and say we are going fishing and then they go to a well. I've not even seen anybody take a hook, not even a net, to say we want to just go and fish. If we can find 1 or 2 fish for the family today, and they go to a well. Meanwhile, there is water in the well. And there's water in the river. Your connectedness to Jesus is the basis of your ability to wield that authority. And I'm asking you this morning, do you know anything at all? Where are you in this school? Some of us, we pray without focus. You can even pray long hours of prayer. But you are not an intentional disciple of your progression in the spirit. You don't know where you are at. You waste encounters. You waste visitations. You want to take responsibility. You want to become responsible. You want to become an intelligent pilgrim on your way to the underland. To say, I need to know where I am at. I need to be able to tell the things that have been granted, not objectively, but subjectively, in my own personal dealing, my personal space with Jesus. What are the things, what are the toolkits that Jesus has downloaded into my shepherd's bag? What do I have in my quiver? That's what I'm talking about.